see the broga? Oh,
Yeah,
the grey bird.
the big bird.
Yeah. Can you get across? What? That way? The grass.
Make it smile for the camera. Yeah, you can see the ditches. She's leaving a big arc around there.
Nice wriggly one. Get it wriggly.
I didn't say that. No, of course you didn't. You can see it in your eyes. I didn't mean that. You're using the
all that was left was a little tiny bit. So then I had a lady called Kate Bennett was walking around with me. She's an ecologist. Her and I have differences of opinion, but one of the things she said was, there's tree necklacing Tuesday. And I went, oh, I hadn't heard of that. And so the kangaroos they can't get there. They don't like this unevenness. So it's not pretty, but I look at it pretty. I go, isn't it pretty?
I wonder if that would help against deer as well.
That's the villagers teaching going coming through. Just that. Use oil for that? Yeah, I make oil out of it. Yeah. Don't sell very much. I think no one knows that.
And we're probably messing up one
Oh,
day.
beautiful. And they live in the ground.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's their nest.
Rainbow bee eater.
You are.
Bye.
It's like saving a place on a budget. I was a millionaire, I reckon I would have done a whole bunch more. I would have.
They get quality meals and their background and stop falling underneath because you'll be left behind. I'm not one of your students. I might look young, but...
And this fence goes on. And it's true, like a rabbit, right? But the rabbits jumped over it down there, and the log has...
That's the end of the road, that's the nursery road.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's where, say, Gunbower water coming to if I'm really and they like to grow the patio lilies there. And they got caught and lost.
That's the circle of trees that we can see on the...
yes, that's correct, on the plan.
Yeah.
Yep. So I only gave them from this fence line all the way around. That straight through is the Acacia salicina plantation, where I want to plant my 100 sandalwood. And that needs probably thinning. It looks good at the moment because it got a lot of rain, but when it doesn't get rain, it's not. What's this tree?
I thought you'd come back to me. It's a green one with white flowers. When we're out in the desert with Connie Bedell,
A shame, isn't it? But this, look how close that. And it's no wonder they're sort of looking at it's at there. Oh, there's no leaves, is there?
Yeah, good. We've got the rose.
Later when her son takes over, then he might rip it all off.
what for? It's all improvement.
Sorry?
What would he rip it up for?
Yeah, he might though. I think
What's he using the property for now?
nothing.
Yeah, well,
I asked to buy it, but her son said no.
Yeah, they're flying around.
Get these grasses, Steve.
he wants to hang on to these.
I've got like red or like this one here.
What is it? It's a purple, isn't it?
Purpley red, yeah, maroon.
When you turn it that way, it's lost the colour.
Yeah.
When you go that way, it's back again.
Back
So it's
again.
almost as if it's a shadow that's there. going to be a bit of a cross, isn't it, by the look of it?
Werribee. CFA used to do it. They'd have a snake catcher there and all that sort of jazz on the day. And they'd just go around, wet the perimeter, then start the fire, burn it, and move on to the next one. And the back of our place, they started a school, but they still burnt in the middle. And it wouldn't be like the burning. But it kept the snakes away.
Oh.
That was a good thing.
Oh wow.
As soon as they started to turn.
I've had like 80 of them along the boundary.
And you still got them?
Yeah, they're not up at the moment, but they're beautiful.
That's a compliment.
They are fantastic.
Well, we only hung these photos up today. It took me all morning.
Gee, that was well planned.
And Jasmine, was it?
No, Janine.
No, that's not Esther.
Oh,
She said, did I take the photos? I said, that's a great compliment.
You look well right.
We're all in yet?
Yeah,
You know, all these photos we're putting up on the wall now, we've just had them done in Melbourne, and it cost us $4,000. That's That's one, a bit over a year old.
How much water in there?
Oh, not a lot. I'd probably only give them equivalent to 5 litres per plant.
Per month, per year, or per what?
That's about 3 times a year. I reckon 250,000 trees died, and they carted it in the First World War and the Second World War. They sent all the timber to Melbourne to make charcoal gas.
Yep.
And the train loads went out of this lake. So there you can see some of the stumps there. And they, anyway, because they kept it full of water all the time, it washed all the ash away.
Yeah.
So if you want to see decent Aboriginal cooking mounds, you go to Lake Yando or Lake Niagara. But if you look here, if you see something, you haste not to take it, otherwise there'll be nothing left.
Yeah.
But there's a piece of quartz, and you know it's been cut. That's quite sharp.
Yeah.
And sorry, no, it's right. And the oven is probably still here.
I feel that.
But if you look at some of these rocks, because these have been washed in water, you'll see grass bits in them. When they made them, they put bits of grass in, so when they put it on the fire, the steam went out the grass and didn't explode it.
Right.
So they always came back in the same spot to cook, but when this comes out of the water, there's only 300 millimetres of water left in the lake. And at this height, when it goes to this height, there's 30 Aboriginal cooking mounds come out of the lake. They're all 100 metres apart in a zigzag fashion. And so they must have had people come here for miles to collect all the fish.
Was there a reason that Boort seemed to be such a focal point?
It's because of the wetlands filling up so often, and they had good grasslands as well. And black box trees, which is the best habitat tree in Australia, there's just so many possums in black box. And when a drought's on, they never suffer because they've got a taproot that goes down more than 5 metres. And even the severest drought, the trees still look quite healthy. And so that's their main diet, was possum. And,
So when you say cooking mound,
yep. This is
it's
lost
just cooking on the same, or do they
They had an
bury their
oven.
cooking? Okay,
They
so they
had-
actually built a structure.
They had an oven which was
Yeah.
about this wide
Yep,
and about that deep in the ground.
yep,
And how the ovens are formed is they rake the ash out over the walls,
yep,
which gradually builds it up higher and higher. So they're always cooked in the same oven.
yep.
It's like a volcano mound.
Yeah.
And so they just covered it with soil and rocks and things.
What they did, it was the floor was lined with them,
Yep,
the walls were lined with them.
yep,
They lit a fire in it, and in the morning, and they had hot rocks on top as well. And when it died down, when they come back at night to cook their main meal, everything was really hot, but there's hardly any fire.
yep.
So then they put a layer of those sort of rushes,
Oh,
which
okay, and
don't
that's
burn,
the grass, yep,
and they put a layer of rushes with, that's the one they make their baskets out, but when it's wet they just boom. And then they put a layer, their food and vegetables on that, put another layer of grass, and then sealed it over with these hot rocks. And when they opened up an hour's time, they had steamed vegetables in there.
yeah. Wow.